Greetings, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to present my latest book about Northern magic, titled The Northern Magical System. In a way, it's my final work, the last book, and yet, at the same time, it's also the first. It is the final book in the runic series, yet the first in a new series called The General Theory of Magic. Even the title suggests that what's gathered here is far more extensive than in the previous books, which I hope you already know. The Northern Magical System is the project that built a civilization according to the will and wisdom of the Northern gods. This book tells the story of what this system was like, what it aimed for, what it managed and failed to achieve. So why begin with the Northern System? With the General Theory of Magic course? Because it has reached us in the most complete form, from cosmology to eschatology. There are no gaps there, almost none. No lacunae, and if any do exist, they are filled in by parallel myths from the same tradition. There are also many traces of this tradition preserved in our historical timeline, and they can be considered when identifying the patterns and algorithms within the myth. And when it all comes together, what appears before us is a program, a description of a program. How did it begin, unfold, and end? If we view the gods through the function of their actions and their minds as codes, then myths are the description of how these programs function, how these codes operate. This is the first part of the book. The book is divided into 3 parts. The first part contains general theoretical information that applies to absolutely all magical systems. The systems that have materialized here and become deeply entrenched within the contemporary realities we inhabit today. This is what absolutely any pantheon starts with. There are rules, principles, constants, and conditions they're given. There are deadlines, sources of information, and energy resources. But each has its own task, its own technical task. The Northern myth told us everything with complete honesty. What results they achieved, what mistakes they made. What did they stumble over, and what caused this system to collapse and lead to Ragnarok? In the myths, however, we are told what will come after Ragnarok, and which gods, which programs, within which system, and under what conditions and principles will recreate the new world. All of this is described in the second part of this book. The third part of the book is practical. It consists of the section Runes, the warrior's weapon, which was recently published as a separate book. There, runes are discussed as intricate keys to the code. By recognizing which, one can also decipher the information encrypted in the myths, and not only in the myths, but also within oneself, among other things. The key to recognizing and understanding this myth lies not so much in the runes themselves, but in the mind of that Irilas, of that warrior, that rune master, who chose transformation like Odin did. He reshaped himself, sacrificed the right to remain an ordinary person living an ordinary human life, and stepped onto the magical path of development. This book leaves an enormous space for continuation, especially for your continuation, because its scope simply didn't allow for absolutely all the myths of the Northern tradition to be explored. But if, for example, you approach them with the same method, you also can reveal a great deal that is entirely new, not only for you personally, but for all of us, and that would genuinely bring me joy. Because no truly meaningful work can be done alone, only together, through the collective and united efforts of people. Or of gods, brought into unity by a single shared idea. But you must possess an immense amount of knowledge and retain just as much. And you must regard even the mistakes of those who sacrificed their reputation with respect, simply so they could deliver to their descendants the invaluable understanding contained in those very errors. Because information about mistakes, perhaps it is even more valuable and more significant than information about victories. I present to you a book on the Northern magical tradition, the Northern magical system. It is the first step toward understanding magical systems. And I truly hope that with this step, we will open up something new for ourselves. An immense horizon for future endeavor opens before us. Our life acquires true meaning. I would be truly delighted if you shared my view